there is precedent for taking prospects who actually didn't have the statistical output or playing time, but do have some upside.
Tannehill?
Yes, Ryan Tannehill in the NBA, great three-point talent.
All right, Mike. Nepotism laws.
Nepotism laws. Well, where are you going with this one, Dirk? I wonder.
We're talking LA drafting Bronny.
Yes.
Take it away, Mike.
Well, there's some people on the internet who have strong opinions on this one, Dirk. I think the Lakers fans in general are fairly divided on this. On one hand, it's, generally a good, at the end of the day, basketball is a business, and it's never a bad thing to have the biggest revenue generator on your team. And so the Lakers secured LeBron James for a couple more years by taking his son, Bronny, with a second-round pick. The question is, Dirk, Bronny averaged about 5 points a game, I believe, at USC, had limited playing time. Was it a good use of a second-round pick? Now, before we go into what would seem to be an obvious situation, I will say this. There is precedent for taking prospects who actually didn't have the statistical output or playing time, but do have some upside.
Tannehill?
Yes, Ryan Tannehill in the NBA, great three-point talent. So it may not be completely black and white. Bronny actually still has a ceiling to grow into. Is it a risky pick? I don't know, Dirk. Where do you feel on this?
I'm going to be abundantly honest on this, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm not one to comment on the NBA, okay? So I'm going to take you as a subject matter expert here and say, you know what? I don't know. It sounds like a business decision to me. I can always get behind that. I mean, it's probably not great for fans, but I don't know, Mike, where you're landing.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you're either basically sacrificing... LeBron James has signed a large extension to the Lakers with, it eats up, cap space. It eats up your capacity to build a team for the next 2 years. Essentially, the Lakers' future and potential to contend all comes down to whether or not they can land DeMar DeRozan, which right now is up in the air with Chicago, Miami, and the Lakers.
Isn't that kind of how the NBA's been, though? Is that it's more on the free agency side than it is drafting?
That feels like
from an outsider's perspective, it feels like that's always been like the key to success, right? It's like putting together mercenary teams.
You would say historically, in a way, yes, but in recent years, you've had the Warriors break that paradigm. You had the Nuggets break that paradigm. Even the Bucks broke it to a degree with Giannis and building around him. The problem with the problem with the Lakers,
like Carmelo?
The Nuggets did draft Melo.
Oh, they did draft Melo.
But I think the issue for the Lakers is that LeBron James is going to be 40 next season and is not a prime player that you build around. He's still an elite basketball player. Let's not get this wrong. But the Lakers very clearly need another very high-level talent.
Until he was like 45.
Indeed, he did. He was able to drop back and distribute the ball. I don't think the NBA is quite as simple on that.
Dude, Mike, LeBron's still like top 15 in stats.
Oh, he's still an elite player, but he can't completely carry a team. And the problem the Lakers ran into the last couple postseasons was that it basically came down to LeBron, AD, and the rest of the team not really showing up. They've got to have that number 3, and if they don't get DeRozan, I think they're in a situation where you're basically foregoing your future to have the LeBron James retirement tour, which could be fun. You could bring out all the stars, you could bring out the red carpet, but it's going to be a sadly similar situation to Kobe's final lap, where, again, the Lakers were not remote contenders. They were completely out of everything, and the whole season was just about Kobe Bryant saying goodbye, which, of course, people are glad that he had the opportunity to do that for the game, retroactively especially. But in this circumstance, the Lakers really have a tight window to win, and it's all dependent on probably DeMar DeRozan at this point.